Hello, thank you for joining today's Clubhouse XR Daily News at Clubhouse. Okay, so today I will talk about the news in XR today. So pretty much this is a free form. It's not, like the form is pretty much um, like I take a look at the news and we can chat about the XR news. Okay, so let me um, let me search some XR news and we can start talking about it. Okay, so mm, which one? Okay, so let's take a look. Share some. Okay, so what I will do is to press maybe augment reality. Yeah, let's see what's new today. Okay, these are the best AR apps you can use outside. Okay, so let's take a look. What's the best AR apps you can use outside? So first, it says spy glasses. Okay, what's spy glasses? It says exploring the world is a lot more fun with spy glasses installed in your smartphone. Okay, so let's take a look of the spy glasses. In GIZMODO, um, David Neld, today at 8:30 a.m., he published an article called "These are the best AR apps you can use outside." The first one is Spy Glasses. It's freemium for Android and US and iOS. Um, yeah, so pretty much this is essentially a GPS and compass navigation tool. But the way its features are implemented mean it's much more appealing than your standard mapping app. It works offline, it will track your pass and altitude. It can log waypoint as you go and plenty more besides. Okay, so yes, this is the you can see there's a reindeer, and there's a campus. Um, it's kind of like using augmented reality and campus on top. So using whatever camera you see, that you can see your current position. So pretty much it's a campus overlay in reality, so you know where you are for where you exactly located. And the second one he mentioned is Peak Visitor. It's $5 for Android and iOS. Peak Visitor's mission is to help you identify mountains that you came across on your travel. You can point it at a range in front of you and find out which summit is which. Thanks to the magic of AR, the app should at least make sure that you don't spend half of the day hiking up the wrong trail and end up at the top of the wrong mountain peak. So yeah, so pretty much you can use your phone, download the app, and scanning the app so you can see which mountain is this. It's pretty good. Yeah, so um, if you want to go like mountain hiking, you can pretty much use this app. And the third one he mentioned is World Around Me. So this one I would say is pretty much like navigation, like at the beginning back in 2011, I was working on an AR app for Medicare. So pretty much you can use your phone and scan around your environment, and you can pretty much see different, for example, like medicine or where is the doctor located. Yeah, you can see tons of different information just around you. So There are a lot of apps using this technology. So around me, probably you use AR to pan over the world around you, and you can see different, for example, like dining, different categories, and you can see what's near you. So this is a pretty common usage for AR. And Snapchat. Yeah, Snapchat is free. So that's okay. So as for Snapchat, you can see there are different types of AR animation, stickers, effects, creatures, and right now they are focusing on there's a feature called location. They use location in trying to kind of like make the you know um, for example, like if you go to a monument or lo- um, local places, and you and your friends can pretty much pan over the the interesting spots. So this is kind of like the a really interesting way to do it as well. And lines of play. This is an interesting, the very interesting AR um, application. For example, like you can see um, it's kind of like you can play some small games and through AR. And Jurassic World Alive, yeah. So pretty much, it's interesting to see a dinosaur roaring or wandering around your neighborhood. So definitely try this one if you want to see more dinosaur star chart. So he mentioned in this article is that um, you don't have to limit your outdoor adventure to visit a daytime, of course. And if you are out of evening or at night, then Star Chart will give you an augmented reality guide to the heaven above you. So I download a bunch of kind of like starring apps, and I find out that those apps are pretty much very interesting. Like because some AR apps, like star apps, you can change the color of the sky, and you can, see different time zone, or different location sky. Uh, like for example, I want to see the stars in Australia right now, and you can use the phone and change the location and press like for example like Australia, and then you can see the stars in Australia. So it's very interesting. And Google Maps, of course. And I saw some news that there was a fox or some fun animals, you know, uh, very interestingly walking, guiding you along the way. So this might be an interesting things to do, just to having some characters lead you to your destiny through air. Oh, Zombie Run. Zombies Run, before I download it and I play around it, it's very interesting. It's like, oh, you can you can um, plug in your headphone, and then I remember when I was doing it, it has a lot of like a really exciting or really scary moments that, for example, like, hey, there's a zombie chasing after you. You have to save some people in somewhere. So and you have to run, run, run. And when you use your phone and pan over, you can see like zombies actually just behind you or something. So it's very interesting, like turn, and it's also turned running into a gamification. So this is in Gizmodo. Today's article by David Naut. The title is called "These Are the Best AR Apps You Can Use Outside." Okay, let's take a look. What else for today? Pretty much, I just randomly and talk about some news, and I will mention the article name and the author. So if you want to join the chat, please. Um, please join like my Clubhouse. The show is called XR Daily News at Clubhouse, and you can follow me at Dominic Wu. So yeah, so this is a daily show, and this is the first time that I host it. Yeah, so I don't know, like at the beginning I want to make it casual and sustainable. So in the future I don't know how this show will turn out, but we will see. But right now this is something that I think it's good to for everyone to kind of like share some opinions or some critiques, some feedbacks while I read extra news every day. Okay, so um, imagine AR um, granted new US patent for creating and delivering augmented reality content. Okay, so there's a company called Imagine AR, and yeah, so they got the US patent for creating and delivering augmented reality content. So, yeah, so what's cool about it is that Imagine AR, INC, is an augmented reality AR platform. And it also enables business of any size to create and implement their own AR companies with no programming or technology experience. Okay, so right now, this thing about AR is that um, there are tons of platforms, softwares, but right now the problem is that there's no content or not enough content for the audience to start using all those platforms. It's not necessary. For example, right now we pretty much use 2D or like monitor or anything. We don't really need to use any software or like all we need to do is just to like honestly, honestly with you that I don't really use VR that much, even though I kind of like to create it. Because in the reality, we don't really use it. There's not enough content for you to switch from my desktop to VR AR. So yeah, so that's the thing. If the software is less timidate, for example, if you want to create AR VR, you have to use Unity, right? And Unreal. Unity is such a, I would say, I love the Unity because you can nearly do everything in Unity, but you need to learn uh, program, which takes 10 years to learn. I'm learning Unity for 3 years, and I still consider myself a beginner because I know a little bit, but if you want everything to be perfect, it probably takes me 1 or 2 weeks to figure out those small details. So it's not for everyone, right? So right now, as far as I know, the trend is to make the content creation as easy as possible. So people without any programming experience can do the programming. And I personally think that this is a good trend because, for example, sometimes we want to do something, but we don't have the skills. However, if something that makes so easy for everyone to use, then you know people just jump in and create a bunch of contents, right? So, but easy and how should I say something easy to use and lacking of features. Sometimes they are hand in hand, right? So for example, if I upload something and I couldn't customize, then it just bunch of, I would say, not really useful, right? So if you want to make a software really easy to use, you probably also needs to make it easy to customize, right? It's not just, I saw a bunch of AR platform, like the new platform all you can do is to upload 3D model and view in real world, but very limited customization. I think if the customization can be more and more, because People are not just want to view stuff in 3D space, right? I mean, it's cool to see the shoes fits, whether the Nike shoes fits my feet or something, right? But there's no point for me to upload my 3D model in the real world. It's this kind of stuff is probably more for commercial, more e-commerce for people to see whether this particular product, like what size is in reality, right? That's good. But if it is like I have to upload something to the real world, you will need to have a purpose, right? You probably need to write user journey or like user profile, like why should I do this? So I would say a lot of AI platform right now is lacking of purpose, right? So yeah, so I would encourage people who are inventing AR platform for users, for day-to-day users, they rethink about why they created it. I don't want to see a lot of people that they create some platforms that nobody use, and it looks fancy, but yeah, it's not useful, right? So yeah, okay, so let's take a look. The third one, rumors. Disney World planning long term for augmented reality in parks. Yeah, I mean Disney. I think there are a lot of a lot of trends in Disney land because, for example, like right now they've already improved their story a lot. It's not just like fairy tales like prince and princess they marry and be happy ever after, right? It becomes more real, right? You can see like in Frozen, in a lot of different Disney cartoons, it's more real. It's not fantasy anymore. So, and then if you see a lot of theme parks that Disney created, you can see they kind of start integrating a lot of AR VR stuff. So, yeah. So first, let's see what's this article. This article is in Pirates and Princess. Pirates and Princess, such a cool name in a website. Okay, so the article's name is called Rumor Disney World Planning Long Term for Augmented Reality in the Parks. Okay, so let's see okay, and this is by WDW Pro, April 17th, 2021. Okay, so let's see this news. Okay, so the rumor. Oh, okay. So Combine saying has a big plan for merging, like Disney has a big plan for merging the theme parks. To make this simple, let's say a guest walks into Adventureland and Pirates of Caribbean has an unusually low waiting line. In this situation, Disney might send a message to guests in what area to let you know, so prouding guests into more efficient behaviors. Okay, so um, yeah, this one appear to have gamified the technology, have more like high immersive experience in the park. For a price, Disney has played around with role-playing games within the parks in the past, whether it was Kim Possible challenging or gathering wildness badge in Animal Kings. But this is um, infrastructure plan would allow Disney to increase their capabilities by substantial amount and may involve them providing special devices to play the games with while in the parks. So what might this device be? Well, a source had told us that Disney might be working on a HoloLens style augmented reality visitor for particular guests. The visitors could work like virtual reality goggles, uh, um, except they would be fully transparent with only overlays of computer graphics. While this surrounded fantastical and outside of what I was willing to report, and behind a patent came through the demonstrate Disney is in fact working on such device. Okay, so pretty much some people they can wear VR or AR goggles inside Disneyland. They probably want to integrate Oculus Quest 2, which the pricing point is around 300 to 400. So I would say, yeah, I think it's pretty cool. It reminds me, Disney's integration reminds me of the, um, you know, there's a theme park called, what is it called? Uh, I totally forgot. Can I Google it? Let me Google. Okay, there's a theme park called VR theme park. I should know it. VR theme. Oh, Void. Void. Yeah, it reminds me of the Void. Right. Um, yeah. So um, it's definitely a really cool, you know, features that Disney can integrate. U.S. Army and Microsoft join forces for augmented reality tech, Inc. Deal worth 21.9 billion dollars. Okay, so I would say back a few weeks ago, I had a meetup talk. It's about Army and XR. Pretty much, you know, U.S. Army is using VR headset to train military because you see, like by training a soldier is expensive, especially if you don't let them to equip the equipment of the skills the soldier requires. It might really hurt, right? So yeah, I mean the soldier might die. Just directly go to the battlefield. Uh, so I would say that this is definitely a really good deals, and you see like 20 around $22 billion. It's a big amount of money, which can save a lot of injuries, right? And also you see like they don't, it doesn't require big space, big battlefields, big simulation, and powder reduce, you know, the emission or like pollutions for all those gunpowders. And yeah, you don't even need to fire a real gun. You just put all the soldiers inside the simulation. Yeah, so this can definitely help them to, you know, retrain either Air Force or, you know, actual soldiers. It's really helpful for training soldiers without spending too much time or costing anyone's life. Cool. And let's see. This article is from um, the Economic Times News. Okay, the title is called View and Augmented Reality Treasure for RAM in Times of COVID. Anyone? Okay, so who's the author? The author is, this article is by T.K. Aaron E.T. and the E.T. Bureau. Okay, last updated April 18th, 2021. Okay, so if you are interested, you can read the Economic Times. Okay, so what this news talks about is that um, during this time that AR just uh, go flourish, make the Kabaya Mila symbolic. Oh, let's see. Let me read it. It seems like there's a parade for um, yeah. It's kind of like a huge parade that people celebrate for a certain ceremony, and by using it's a Hindu faith, so it's probably some Hindu religions that has a certain ceremonies. So this one, it seems like because of the COVID rise, this event, some people want to kind of like uh, change it or enhance it by using AR programs. Yeah. If you are interested, you can take a look of the economic times news. Okay, so pretty much that's for today, and thank you for joining me. And um, I will share with you some extra news tomorrow. Okay, see you soon. Bye bye.